The other day on my Instagram, I asked a question on my story. And the question was this: if you find money on the floor, what would you do? Do you just take it? Or you don't take it? Or you kind of procrastinate and then it's too late and you haven't chosen what to do with the money? And it's so interesting because this led me to have a very interesting conversation with people. And the other day over lunch, I was talking to some people, some friends of mine, and they were telling me, some of them were like, yeah, I'll take the money. If there's nobody around and it didn't fall off anybody's pocket, and I just take it, why not? And other people were a bit divided, was like, well, it's not my money, somebody else deserves it more, somebody else might need it more, or if I take it, then I should donate it. And there was a lot of guilt about taking something that is not mine, that is not earned, or that might bring me some negative karma. And it's very interesting because guilt and shame can truly pollute and inhibit our life. It can truly lead us to being afraid of being judged, being afraid of being seen, being afraid of expressing yourself, afraid of being authentic, hiding your flaws, hiding your vulnerabilities, just showing up as a perfect person on the outside, but feeling so insecure on the inside, because we want to feel accepted, important, significant. But guilt and shame always remind us that, oh my God, I feel bad about myself, or I don't want to be judged, or I don't want to be a bad person, I don't want God to hate me, I don't want all those kind of things. And if you look at people's life and our society, guilt and shame are so present everywhere, in parenting, in our education system, in the media, in the religion, and even between our own mind, we become our own prisoners. And we use guilt when we feel bad about ourselves, we're guilty about feeling bad. When I want something, I feel guilty for wanting it. I feel guilty for not having it. I feel guilty for not doing it. I feel ashamed for being this way. I feel ashamed for looking this way, and so on. And it becomes so oppressive, this constant need to try to be seen as good enough. That is this huge race that so many people are on. And they're seeking freedom, but seeking freedom comes from accepting to be shameless. But the challenge that we have is that, from very young, at least when I was very young, shame and guilt was used as a way to create compliance, as a way of educating, as a way of creating obedience. Right? And if you do things that get you in problem with your home, your parents will use shame or will withdraw love or will punish you in some way to not, do the behavior again. If you go to school and you make a mistake, you get in problem. If you get bad grades, you get in problem. If you're not like other people, if you're different, if you do weird stuff, you have a problem. You get punished. And usually punishment comes in form of withdrawal of love and attention and withdrawal of importance. So we make the kid feel bad about what they did. And then, we teach them that this behavior equals pain, equals love, lack of attention, equals being bad. And nobody wants to be a bad person, right? So there you go. And it's so subtle. And people don't do it because they're bad people, they just do it because it's been done to them, and that's how we think we need to educate our kids and so on. What about religions that tell you that you're born a sinner, and that if you don't do things like God wants you to do, you're gonna burn in fucking hell forever. Not even for a lifetime, but for fucking ever. Other religion will tell you that you have so much negative karma that one lifetime of repenting is not enough. You're gonna have to do that a couple of times. And so you're on that treadmill of always trying to purge your karma without trying to accumulate yours. But all of this tells you that you are a bad person, that you are a sinner. And then there's all that thing around sex, right? And nudity and sexual desire and having sex. And it's crazy. No wonder we have so much inhibition in our personality. And that's why all those inhibition have to come out somehow. And that's when people go crazy and they do things and they act on those impulses because they are ashamed or they repress it, or it comes out unconsciously through aggression or through different means that are usually not good. Because repressing something doesn't mean it's not there. And what you resist will persist or will come out in some way. But even the media today, or the government, or big groups use shame and guilt to control people, to get people on their side. That's the whole cancel culture is about. And if you're not a vegan, You're killing animals, you're destroying the planet. How dare you not being vegan, right? And then if you don't wear a mask, you're killing people. And so everything is used to make you feel bad so that you will conform and obey and, find a way to, and then if you don't do it, then you feel ashamed, and then it kicks in. And then you're in that loop again. So you can see how much inhibition this creates in our personality, why people are not going after what they want, why so many people are afraid of failure. Well, how many times in school, not having the answer, failing a paper, or getting bad grade equals punishment. And now you wonder why people don't want to make mistakes. It's just conditioned this way. But if you truly want to be free, you gotta first notice all that guilt that comes up, all that shame, all that of being afraid of being embarrassed, being afraid of being disliked, being afraid of being rejected, being afraid of being laughed at, being afraid of showing or expressing or saying certain things, afraid of confrontation, afraid of what other people will say, afraid of what you will say about yourself if you do something, afraid of what your parents might say, afraid about God not loving you back or punishing you in some way. And there's so much, especially around money, around sex, about the body, how many people are ashamed about the way they look and they feel they should be looking a different way. But if you truly want to be authentic, if you want to be free, if you want to unleash your potential for success, happiness, for peace, you got to be willing to be shameless, willing to be disliked, willing to accept your own flaws, accept your own stories, accept where you come from, accept that you're going to try something and it might not work and you're okay with that. Because this is when you stop caring about other people. But as long as for you, it's inhibiting yourself and your own thought and how you feel and see yourself, other people, you will always project that on other people. So to free yourself and to claim your power, you gotta part away with guilt and shame one step at a time. Notice when the guilt comes up. Maybe you see a banknote on the floor and maybe you notice, oh my God, there's that guilt that comes up, that feeling of being embarrassed if somebody sees me picking up that money. It comes in so many subtle ways. Oh my God, I made a mistake in my spelling. Oh my God, that photo doesn't look too good. Maybe I should put a filter on it. It comes in so many ways, but you gotta breathe into it. Be willing to let it go. Watch my video, how to let shit go, and free yourself. Because the moment you release guilt and shame, you allow yourself to be you, to be authentically you, to be shamelessly you. And being shameless doesn't mean that you're gonna go and hurt people or do stupid shit. That's not what being shameless is. Being shameless is about being you, truly you. And I truly believe that's the greatest gift you can give to the world. So be shameless, my friend, and set yourself free. I will see you in my next video. Be well.